What's going on, guys? I'm Derrick.
And I'm Doug.
And it's Sam.
And you're listening to Gaming and Chill, episode 82. Thank you all for joining me.
Woohoo.
82. Yeah. That's, a lot. Today on the show, we'll be discussing what's been going on lately. We've had 2 weeks off. Our E3 prediction, the Okami HD release for the Switch, and Zombieland 2's supposedly coming out in 2019.
Oh my gosh, I'm really excited for that.
Yes, it is. This episode is also sponsored by Humble Bundle. We'll hear more about that later. So how are you guys been going this week?
Hey, my week's been pretty eventless. Doug, what about you?
So my basement, my house, almost caught fire this week.
And what were you doing?
Okay, so here's how it was. Came home, actually, I might have been home. No. Came home, was watching TV, and I hear this, the best way I can describe it is like plastic models on a shelf in the middle of an earthquake. But it seems that it was just kind of like shaking. I'm like, that's a weird sound. We don't have earthquakes. Cool. So I go over and look at them, but then I notice, wait a minute, I don't think that's models. So I have my flashlight on my phone on, look up, and there's smoke coming out of the fuse box.
Nice.
Huh, that's not good. Open it up, a little bit more smoke, take the cover off, and lots of smoke. And then, kind of looking at it, and then my fiance Kelly walks over, looks at it and goes, yeah, the fuse is on fire. Oh, okay, yeah, so can you go grab the fire extinguisher? So we fire extinguish it and shut off the power and spend the night, sleeping on the couch upstairs because obviously there's now that fire retardant dust that just kind of floated everywhere. And the smell of singed wire, which is apparently really toxic, apparently. And, that was the night, that was the evening, and got it fixed, and got everything cleaned up. But occasionally I still have that, singed wire smell on occasion, especially because, my desk is right beneath the fuse box, so I'm just this fuse box is gonna blow up and, send a fragment of the panel covering my skull, isn't it?
Have you watched Final Destination lately?
No. But, let's see. That, and I finally got rid of the Buick.
Oh my gosh. They finally... There needs to be celebration here. It's it's been going through and it's been sitting out as a bait car for how long now?
Okay, so, I think the last time... Okay, so I'm not sure if this has ever been discussed of what happened to the Buick. Ever on the podcast. So... 2 days before I started the job, I work with you, Sam.
Yeah.
I went and got my oil changed. Okay, cool. Oil and all the fluids, cool. And the car had been running a little warm, but it was also September, so it was ending of summer. So whatever. Of course it's gonna run warm. It's summer, duh. Yeah, and then the next day I go to record the podcast over your house, Derek, because I was still doing that.
Yeah.
Coming to your house. And on the way there, I'm like, wow, my car, got really hot. Huh, that's a little bit weird. And then after the podcast, I looked it up, I'm like, cool, I'm going to go to Valvoline. On the way to Valvoline, it buries the needle in the red, and, smoke is coming out of the engine. I'm like, well, this isn't good.
Well, this is spooky.
Yeah, this is spooky. Get to Valvoline, they're like, yeah, I think it might be a cracked radiator. Cool. So then they refill everything, overfill it, and get to this mechanic. This is a good mechanic. So I go there and get my radiator replaced by a sketchy Russian dude.
Why not?
Right, because that's what I do.
You fixed, huh?
And that costs $300. Which is, fine. Hey, that's a brand new radiator. No, not a brand new, but a radiator.
I was there's nothing brand new about that Buick.
Yeah. So, okay, great. Well, I'm driving home, stop and get gas or whatever I got. Stop at the gas station. Look underneath the car because, I'm still, like, paranoid. It's still leaking. That's weird. Park it at home. Drive it, like, 1 or 2 more times. Think back to your house for another podcast. Still leaking. So I go back to him. Yeah, apparently, like, the thermostat housing unit was broken, and it's going to cost $500 to replace. Yeah, no. So, at that point, I had stopped driving the car and had started driving my fiance's car. And there's a whole, like, saga of things needing to be repaired on that.
Doug's automobile woes.
Like, 2 weeks after I, like, started there, it feels like, I had to get the thermostat housing on her car replaced. But it was still under warranty. So, like, out of, like, $900, paid, like, $100.
Nice.
Cool. So then, recently, in February, I bought my car and went and got her car fixed because something was wrong. I forget what it was.
I hate it when my something breaks.
Yeah. It was one of those things that, like,
man.
It caused the engine light to come on and things like that. And I think I remember telling you about this, Sam.
Yeah.
And then got that fixed, and then I got my new car. My, Versa.
Now, see here, you gotta get your something or other fixed, because it's going all flibberty-gibbered over here.
You gotta make sure you have extra blinker fluid, too.
Yeah. The headlight fluid, man. So, I finally got rid of the Buick today. Because remember, when I started the job, I pretty much, like, parked it out front, and it's been a bait car ever since.
Yeah.
I say it's a bait car, because I'm not sure if this has been said on the podcast. At one point, like, I opened up the car because I needed to get, the windshield scraper out of the car. Because we had that huge, like, snowstorm. Not huge, but ice.
Yeah.
On the new car. And so I'm like, I need to scrape that. Because I had to borrow yours that one night.
Yeah.
After work. So I get in there. Completely forget. And this is what I forgot. The key was sitting in the lock on the side of the car facing the sidewalk.
Like,
okay,
in the door?
Now, to make this story even better, Doug, you have to give a background of, like, where you actually live.
I live, and we checked since, like, Christmas, and this was in, like, still February, because I bought my Versa in February.
Yeah, it was in February, because we were saying, it's like, oh, I was looking at a house, so I pulled up Louisville's, like, crime map that they have.
And apparently I live in, like, crime central, because there's, like, over 1,000 crimes in a month?
Yeah, well, the thing was that we went through and we had, like, a 4-week time frame we were looking at, and we narrowed it down to, like, 1 mile of your house, and apparently it was so bad, they had us go through and readjust the settings of our search because we hit the maximum 1,000 crime limit that was allowed and legal, or allowed by the program, so we had to manipulate it for, like, a week, and just dots everywhere.
Okay. Only show me the violent crimes. Still over 1,000, huh?
No. But yeah. So back to the story where the key is now hanging in the lock on the passenger side, so the sidewalk side of the car. Now, mind you,
in Crime Central.
Yeah, in Crime Central.
In Crime Central. Because mind you, it's 2 keys. One to get the door, one to actually start the car. And,
that's odd, but okay. I mean...
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not really that odd when you consider it's like a 20-year-old car.
Fair.
So, I get back in my new car, and I head to work, and, forget that the key's in the lock. And, the car's probably not even locked at this time, because I didn't relock it.
You're just kind of going, if it gets stolen, I mean, I guess.
Pretty much. So, for about 3-4 days, I'm just like, man, I probably dropped the keys in the snow. That's probably what happened. So, one day I come home from work, I'm like, I really need to find those keys. So I'm, like, looking around, I'm like, maybe I left them in the thing. Okay, let me go grab the other set of keys. Grab the other set of keys, go to, like, put it in the lock. I'm like, hey, I found the keys.
So you had the keys in your car door for 2 to 3 days?
3 or 4.
3 to 4 days in Crime Center, and nothing was ever messed up with your car?
No.
I mean, maybe they felt bad for him.
Why is there bricks of money? I'm so confused.
It's like, I'm looking at this car, it hasn't moved for months, and it's got the keys in the ignition. Nah, bro. Cops. Smells like cops all over it, man. Let's not touch this one. Either that or somebody got in, tried to crank it, and it didn't work. And we're like, crud. So they tried to act like nothing happened and put the keys back in the ignition.
No, see, when I tried to like throw it in the neutral today to put it up on the truck, like it doesn't even like. It didn't even do that. It just goes. Nope. Well, don't even do anything. I can throw it in neutral. That's about it.
Sounds like a dying cow.
Did not even do that. It was completely silent.
Wow, you got an electric car.
Right?
I mean,
So
wow.
the Buick is gone. So
The
then
dead grass is never going to grow back.
there's no grass there. Well, I mean, because I parked there for like ever. So
Since
like,
September.
Since
I mean,
September.
like, I would like pull up through the neighbor's driveway and up onto the grass,
Nice.
and so there's tracks there, and I need to put sand and stuff and like rebuild the ground.
Nice.
So today, and so after I got rid of the Buick and like did all the house chores and like I've just been like busy today, and then I went to go pick up Little Caesars
Nice.
and pick up Hyrule Warriors, which we can talk about later, I guess. Because I feel like I'm dominating this podcast right now.
I was like, I have nothing that happened this week. I mean,
The most interesting thing that happened to me is I learned how to speak to difficult people in a training exercise seminar. That was about the extent of my week.
nice.
So, wait, back to this. So, I'm coming back from Little Caesars. I almost missed my own house because I'm so used to the Buick being there.
I believe it because I swear if I ever had to come and get you for anything, I'd be like, where's that Buick? No
Well,
Buick. I must be on the wrong street.
Well, to be fair, that's the only way I've been able to discern which house was yours when I've gone to pick you up.
Yeah.
So now it's like, Sam, I need a ride to work. Cool. I have no idea where you live now. I'm going to drive past your house.
I'll be standing on the
times.
corner with like an old world, like Revolutionary War lantern.
Is
Don't
he got
worry.
a powdered wig on? That's dedication.
That's dedication. I feel like it could be kind of racist, though. But dedication.
I feel like in your neighborhood, it might be really, really, really racist.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or it might
Maybe.
be considered that. It may not be, but it might be considered that.
Sam, care to pose the question that I asked yesterday? Or do you want me to pose that question?
Okay, so Doug comes back from break, and
From
I'm
lunch,
going
from lunch.
and he's been gone for 30 minutes, and his first question he asked me, okay, Sam, you're looking for houses. And I'm like, okay, yeah. This is theoretically, I was like, is this really actually theoretically, or is this only semi-theoretically?
I'm asking for a friend. He lives in Canada. You've never met him.
So basically, he's like, yeah. So if there was two perfect houses, they were both the same exact price, but one of them, your neighbor was a neo-Nazi. And I'm like, oh, great, where's this going? He's like, but he's not like an outgoing neo-Nazi. He's like it's obvious he's got the swastikas tattooed to his arm. His, basically, he might burn a cross out in his yard every month or so, but he's really actually a nice guy to you because, you're white. And he goes through and he takes out your garbage for you every once in a while, mows your lawn if you've been sick, anything like that. Doesn't go through and push his beliefs on you at all. He may invite you every once in a while to go to like some rally, alt-right rally or something, but he's just the keep to himself dude other than that one occasional cross burning. Or on the flip side, you have a house where the next door neighbor is beyond PC and is like the head of the homeowners
HOA.
association. Yeah. And it goes through and reports you for every small little thing and like is up in your face about how you're supposed to be PC about everything. It's like, which one would you rather live next to?
And then, mind you, I did stipulate later, you had to introduce yourself at any given time. Hi, I'm Sam. I live next to a racist.
With that one. And I said, to me, I grew up down south, so this isn't really too much from what I actually did growing up. So I was like, that, and of course, there's two different things. I was like, this is the American dream worked out. The first one, has his rights to his beliefs, and he's not forcing it on me, and he's not affecting me in any way. Now, he might be lowering neighborhood values, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, he's not going through and he's not encroaching on my freedom. The other guy, however, is in my face, distracting my life in every single way possible and is more personal. And I said, unfortunately, I probably have to go with the first option because it's like, neo-Nazi Nate apparently is a little less obnoxious than PC Paul over here.
See, I thought that question was going to go differently of the neo-Nazi, or you live next to someone who's aggressively vegan and does CrossFit.
Well, yeah, the answer's still the same either way.
Right, it's like,
it's like,
and you have to hear them do the CrossFit every morning at 6:45. It's loud grunting with EDM music.
When you go through it, it's like
catch that vegan whey protein, bro.
So there, it's like, and every time they introduce themselves at a party, they always tell them, just like any other CrossFitter vegan, that they're CrossFitter and they're vegan.
Hi, my name's Steve. I do CrossFit, and I'm a vegan. You might think it's hard to get the protein being a vegan, but let me tell you, I found the best quinoa recipe.
Where was
Steve, have you met my really racist neighbor?
Did I ever tell you that I actually did live down the street from a neo-Nazi one time?
I think this is a story for another podcast.
Oh yeah, it probably is. He didn't live there long.
Didn't live there very long, or he didn't live very long? I think
he didn't live there very long.
Okay, that preposition is quite important to me.
No, I did not just impose myself doing anything evil.
Got it.
Right. That's rule number 1, don't implicate yourself. Rule number 2, don't implicate others.
Right. Wrapping up for the banter for this week, I think the most interesting thing I've done was film stuff for a commercial.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about it, but I can't super talk about it, but I can say I filmed stuff for a commercial, which is
When will
awesome.
the commercial come out?
The commercial will be coming out at the end of the month, and once I get the okay to share it, I will post it on my own stuff, because I don't want to mix it with our stuff, basically.
I hear you.
But yeah, it's actually interesting, but I think, Sam and Doug, you've heard me talk about it and everything, and I think that it's kind of an interesting, good idea.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
And that's enough of our vague booking right there.
Vague booking.
Right? So why don't we go ahead and move on to one of our main topics, our E3 predictions.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you predicting for E3, Sam? For let's make some clarifications. Show winner, best PS4 game, best Xbox game, and a dark horse, a brand new game that you want to see announced. Do you think you can list those for?
Okay, so what's the first one? Let's go in order here.
Show winner.
Show winner. I honestly think the new Red Dead Redemption is going to be a show winner. It has not been released yet, and I haven't seen very much of it yet, per se. Rockstar has been hinting at it, but I think that that's going to take a front seat here at this E3.
Okay.
I'm actually going to agree with you on that, because I really want to see a Rockstar executive ride up on a horse, like a real horse.
I'm on a horse.
Be like, hey, yaw! And just fire off cap guns back. Red Dead Redemption this year, y'all, and leaves.
I want to agree with you, but Rockstar has never premiered any of their games at E3 that I know of.
I know, which is really disappointing, but
which would make it exciting.
Yeah, which would make it exciting.
So do you want to move that over to your dark horse then?
I'll move that to my dark horse.
Okay.
Gosh. I think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be mentioned, and it's going to... If they finally debut it. The reason why is that they keep saying it's going to come out by the end of this year. If I'm not mistaken, Amazon still says that, right, Doug?
Yep. I think I have it pre-ordered on Amazon.
Yeah,
Nice.
So if it actually comes out here at the end of the year, and they're going to have to actually go through and remind people that this game actually exists. because it's been so long. They're going to have to do such a good job with this that either it's going to be the winner, as I predict, or it's going to be the absolute worst and disappointment that everybody's going to go through and talk about.
See, I mean, they announced, they showed some videos yesterday, GameSpot did, of like 15 minutes of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
The Titan battle on the Electric Light Orchestra parade float.
Yeah.
The train.
Yep.
It looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful, but the problem is that does it have a storyline to go along with it?
Yes.
And on top of that, it's like, oh, what other Final Fantasy characters are we going to go through, and what other worlds are going to be there?
See, I think this is the time where they don't necessarily have to introduce a lot more characters. They can just kind of drill down into the characters they have and just really give them a good base and foundation of... I would even like to see something like this, like everything after X time has been how the Kingdom Keyblade War was, and we're reliving the Keyblade War because, you know, timey-wimey, history repeats itself, bullcrap, things like that.
Pretty much.
It's like, because we have Riku, we have Sora, we have Kairi, and it's like, okay, cool. Like, I want to see some really good stories.
Here's how I want them to announce it. At like day 2 of E3. Hey guys, we know that you've been looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3 for a really long time. We've got some awesome trailers to show you, and we'll have an official release date announced. They go through, they show like 15 minutes of stuff, brand new stuff.
It's not going to be 15 minutes. What it's going to be?
Let me finish. I got
the music from Kingdom Hearts 1. It's like up till now. Then it displays Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and all the other, you know, Kingdom Hearts things. Then the stuff from 3. Okay, so it's going to be like a 30-minute presentation.
Okay, I'll buy that. But then the executive walks up and goes, "We know that you've been excited and vehemently waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why we released it, and you can play it immediately and go buy it immediately after this panel. Everybody leaves the panel, goes, buys the game, no one shows up for the next 3 days of E3. Because everyone is like, screw what Bethesda has. I don't care about Skyrim for my toaster. I'm going to go play me some Kingdom Hearts 3. No one shows up, they automatically win Best in Show.
Here's what I want to see. Then, like, okay, your tickets? Bring them out to the lobby. They're redeemable for Kingdom Hearts 3. And, like, then it's like this massive, like, oh my God.
Mass exodus of just people running out of
okay.
The game releases tomorrow. Preload is now.
I can just imagine news
guy whips out his phone. He's like, "Sweetheart, boot up the PlayStation."
Do it now. I don't care if you're doing it with the kids. I can just imagine. And in a strange turn of events, there was 20 casualties at the E3 because there was a stampede. Bob, am I getting this right? It's over a video game? Well, folks, you heard it here. Video games cause violence.
No, what it's going to be is like the weatherman's going to be like, what video game, Janet? Kingdom Hearts 3. You just hear like papers being thrown. He's like, oh,
taking my personal day.
Right.
Real sick. Gonna take the next 3 days off.
Okay, so as far as like the best or the... Okay, are we going by like the best or the one that'll have the most hype behind it?
Let's go most...
Not Anthem.
Let's go actual best.
Actual
panel.
Best panel.
Like, has consistently the highest amount of wanted games.
See... If it was going to the hype, the new Black Ops game's coming out, which I believe is trash, but, you know...
Battle Royale, though, so it makes it better.
No, it doesn't. Anyway. Shove Battle Royale games. Anyway. So, we have the Shadow of the Tomb Raider that is supposed to be coming out. However, the only reason why I'm just like, is that going to be for both PS4 and Xbox, right? Yeah.
Who knows?
It is going to be both PS4 and Xbox, what I'm looking at right now. So, honestly, that's like the only game. I don't see any good games coming out from Microsoft, like, that are just... if it makes any sense, just Microsoft alone. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Microsoft
at this
exclusive.
time,
Sea of Thieves, though, right?
Yeah.
I think
cool.
at this time Microsoft kind of banked on some games. I think they really banked on Anthem
Sea
Yeah.
of Thieves, right?
and
Now-
Sea of Thieves, but I don't think they're doing so hot these days.
Now, guys, I do have good news. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, is coming out on June. If that
Oh,
makes an
yeah.
appearance, I will think that's going to be the best one that's been made. But
I
anyway,
just really want to see a Shaq Fu. I want to see Shaq run up on the stage, just like lay up like a double, and just be like, "What? Shaq Fu, June,"
but
and walks away.
still going back, I think Microsoft's going to blow it again this year.
Fair enough.
I'm going to say this. It's that they're going to have 2 years in a row that they went through. PlayStation's got the upper hand on
Oh, yeah, God of
on
War.
this,
carried
honestly.
them.
Yeah. God of War carried them, and just I can see these game titles, like I'm looking at the lists of games that are going to be released coming up soon, and all of these are like PlayStation games. I mean,
Yeah.
for example, Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man
gonna be a
game
great game.
is going to be
Yeah.
a great game, and I think that's going to take away the show at one particular point in time. But how in the world did they get the rights to Spider-Man? Well, it's because they were Sony.
Yeah.
Sony had the rights to Spider-Man. Probably wrote in that agreement with Marvel that they were going to go through and keep the rights to make the video game. But
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and looking at it. There are no good exclusive games for Microsoft, whereas there are pretty awesome ones. But yeah, Spider-Man's going to be my best show idea. And I'm sure, of course, they're going to go through and tie in any of the new actors with Spider-Man. Or it'd be even funnier if they get the older actors for Spider-Man to go through and do...
Tobey Maguire does the black,
Tobey Maguire
black
does-
Spider-Man up there. Does the hip thrust up there, and you're like, I kind of had almost forgot that existed. Thanks,
Yep,
Tobey Maguire.
exactly. It's like, oh, and there was the third Spider-Man, and then we're like, that didn't happen. I think Russell and I at work were having this conversation the other day, like, can't get rid of that third Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
actually, I do want to add...
I will actually
Go ahead.
defend Spider-Man 3 because that was what Peter Parker thought was cool, and when the black suit wasn't making him evil, it made him lose his inhibition, and so he thought, hey, that's what cool people do. Cool people do not do that.
You're right.
But that's what he thought was cool.
I do have one question to add in there, and then we'll move over to Doug. What is something you hope is never brought up again? Like, what is one game you hope not to see?
One game I just could care less about seeing at the moment is... if they went around and they didn't have Black Ops in there or Call of Duty, I would sit there and be like, wow, they finally went through and put that cash cow out to the pasture.
Fair enough.
Agreed.
I like it. Okay, Doug, what do you got?
Best show, I'm going to go say Spider-Man. Just
Okay.
Spider-Man. Because it's, one, you're coming off the Infinity War hype,
Yep.
and so you can easily make that last announced costume for pre-order. You can have that be the, well, I think we all know it by now, the Iron Spider suit from Avengers.
Dang it, man.
It is not a spoiler. It is in the trailer, sir.
Right.
But, like, I think that's what they're going to announce, and I think Tom Holland might actually show up and just be like, yeah, it's the Iron Spider suit.
No, he would have spoiled it already.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A game I hope they never mention. If I even hear the words PUBG or Fortnite,
Oh, yeah. No,
I will
agreed.
lose my mind.
Yep.
Because
Yo.
I'm tired of hearing those games. Like, I've been watching Tyler play it from Better Than Static.
Yeah.
He's actually good, and he actually, like, it makes it fun to play. But then, like, you boot up the game itself, and you're just like, wow, this is not my game. And the problem is, like, there's a good way to do a Battle Royale style game. Make it like Sword Art Online 2, the Gun Gale arc,
Okay.
but have a solid single player, and then have monthly, like, Battle Royale tournaments.
Okay.
And that's for ranking.
Can we
And your gear travels into the tournament.
can we just go and say here we're not endorsing that game?
I mean, I wouldn't. Here's the thing.
Gun Gale Online, I'm endorsing it. Fatal Bullet, not so much.
Yeah,
No, it's like
exactly.
because
Fatal Bullet, no.
Like, Fatal Bullet sucked because we're gonna play Gun Gale Online. Cool. There's a really cool thing like the Battle of Bullets from the anime. That would be a really cool like battle royale style game.
You want to know what's
Because you carry your gear that you've been grinding for into the game.
You want to know what I'm going to do?
So if you're a good player, you play.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to download that game again because I actually uninstalled it. I was so pissed off at it, and see if they've released any updates for it, especially now that they've released the new SAO Gun Gale. Ever since, to see if there's been any improvement.
SAO2 has been out for like.
Oh no, there's a new SAO series.
There's a new SAO series. Yeah,
is there? Okay.
Yeah, it's strictly around like a new character for Gun Gale. That's basically what it is. So I feel like they released the game and they're like, maybe we should go through and get some of it. I think they're on like episode 6 because I have Crunchyroll membership and like simulcasts.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, cool. So when it's popping up over in Japan, I get it 1 hour later. So hey,
nice. Go ahead.
I'll say I do think that Nintendo's gonna rock the show.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they do every year.
Like that video I sent you, Doug.
Yeah, because they're having the Splatoon World Championship Invitationals, the ARMS Invitationals.
Are you gonna try to compete?
Super Smash Melee? No, I am not good at any of those games.
You could be.
Super Smash Brothers, Mario Tennis.
I'm gonna try to compete in the online tournament for that.
Hey,
Mario Tennis? Yeah, me too.
I will go through it. I will play Mario Tennis against people all day. That was like
I will stream it past the championship.
We are going to go through and we're going to go against each other. It's going to be the new Wimbledon, man.
Sir, you need a Switch. You need a Switch, sir.
But I played that game, Mario Tennis, on the Game Boy Color for hours. That and Mario Golf. You ever play those games for the Game Boy Color?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like the best ones.
Okay.
But I also think that they don't have to announce much for Smash except for a date, but I also think that it's not necessarily an E3 thing, but kind of the Nintendo Treehouse, which kind of happens at the same time.
Yeah, we're counting it because they do it at the same time. They're cheeky about it, but we all know.
We're going to see Smash.
Yep.
We're going to see Metroid Prime.
We're going to see new Labo.
Yoshi.
Oh boy, yeah. Labo.
I have not yet built my Labo stuff.
We got to do that.
We really do.
Are you good?
I think Nintendo's just gonna come out and just be like, yeah, what up? We're back. The Wii U sucked. We know that. But, yeah, you're still gonna come crawling to us. We got the Smash. We got the Splatoon. We got Mario Tennis. Come at me, bruh.
Okay. I think Best in Show, automatically Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're going to announce one game that will make the internet burn down with the love of 1,000 fanboys.
Kanye Beatmakers 2018?
Yow, did you know? It's actually going to be an Animal Crossing trailer with a Kanye song over it. Just like every other movie trailer now. No.
What's a god to a king, and it's just Nook with a crown on his head?
Yes.
2019.
They're going to go, Animal Crossing is going to be available 2018. First and foremost, the show is over at that point.
People lose their mind.
Last year, or even during, for the Smash trailer, it broke everyone. It broke the internet. Reddit was afire with Super Smash Brothers stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was burning because of it. Animal Crossing comes out, you not only get the hardcore gamers, like you and I, Doug. And Sam, did you play Animal Crossing?
Oh, of course. I played Animal Crossing on GameCube. So,
the three of us, who are avid gamers, who have played every game pretty much since then, I would say. For most of us. For two of us, at least. And we love this game. It's like catnip to us. It's like Colombian cocaine to Scarface. It's true.
You mean Tony Montana?
Yeah, whatever, man. Like I've seen Scarface. It's like it's addictive to us. But then you also get the casual gamer. And then if they go, and it's we have introduced a new mode, it's Battle Royale, then everyone will burn with hatred.
Animal Crossing Battle Royale. You take your shovel and no, pitfalls. Nobody can see pitfalls, but if you fall into a pitfall, you lose.
That would actually be an amazing game mode.
All right, it's called balloon battles. You have 3 balloons on your back. If you fall into a pitfall, you're disabled for a while, but then like you can get hit with like shovels and nets.
I love it.
And that pops the balloons. I would play that mode.
I think the best game that'll be the best game announced.
Anthem.
Anthem will probably be up there.
Okay, the only reason I didn't put Anthem in there is because, like, they've already featured it last year.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is that it's like, oh, yeah, this game's coming out. And, like, Microsoft used that as, like, their default, right? That was, like, one of their big releases.
No, honestly, Sea of Thieves was.
Yeah.
And I joke, but that was their flagship, like, it's only on a Microsoft, so computers and Xbox. And it's a good game as long as you're playing it, but once you're not playing it, it's not.
Or
but
a disappointing, or a disappointing Forza game, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's one of those things where it's like the only reason I didn't say that is because it's like, what do? It's like, hey, this is the game we promised you last year, but it's not even coming this year. It's coming next year.
Yeah.
That in the words EA.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
What games has EA actually released lately?
Every sports game ever. That is, I swear to God, that was about 20 minutes of their 30-minute panel last year.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
about 20 minutes of sports games and 10 minutes of Battlefront.
And that's why I honestly agree, don't buy EA products. But here's the thing. One, you're only hurting yourself because EA is never going to look close. Because we all know those guys, it's like, oh gosh, I can't wait for 2K19. And you're just like,
It's
bruh,
2K18.
It's the same as 2018, which is the same as 2K17.
Yeah, and of course, for a while they like support the old games even to the next year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
It's just like,
okay.
bruh, you're the one who's keeping EA intact. Like, if I want Anthem, I'm gonna buy Anthem and not feel guilty about it.
Oh, yeah.
I boycotted Battlefront because, I mean, if I want to play as Darth Vader, I don't want to spend 2 hours to play as 200 hours or whatever their requirements were to play as Darth Vader. I want to play as Darth Vader.
Oh,
now.
you guys remember I went through and I had the Battlefront for like the demo, and then when I found out that it was going through to be like pay to play and pay to unlock, I just basically dropped it completely.
Dropped it like it's hot?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I think the one game that I never want to hear about again, I'm going to agree with Fortnite. Not to throw shade on anyone who does play or stream Fortnite, but I noticed it a lot when I joined this community of Twitch streamers and everything. It's like playing Fortnite, and I'm sitting there going, you and about 100 people in this community alone are playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite is you know what? Fortnite is great for the people that can get into Fortnite. Like you said, I've been watching Tyler from Better Than Static as well. I can appreciate the game for what it is, but playing it, I'm just like, I don't care about this. Like, it's a first-person shooter that is not amazing. I couldn't get into PUBG.
Well,
because I'm like, it takes 5 minutes to load into a game.
it's okay. To be fair, I'm going to give this to Fortnite, is that they basically took the idea of PUBG and they did it better in a matter of like a couple of days. So it was like,
100% agree.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, cool. And then also they didn't make it so it's pay to unlock. You watched the stream when I tried to do PUBG the other day, and I was like, oh, I'll just unlock this case here, and you have to pay for keys to unlock the case you've earned.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll agree. Fortnite is better than PUBG, but I'm just burned out on Fortnite because it's like go through Twitch and it's like Fortnite. It's like, can we get something else? I'd really like something else to watch, please. Because unless they're really good, and that's why I don't stream Fortnite. In truthfulness, it's like I'm not great at it, and I could try to get better at it, but at the same time, it's also like I don't have that much time to dedicate to get it that good at something to make it entertaining to watch.
And especially, like, you make one mistake, you fall off a cliff, you die, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no progression in the game. So, even if you suck at playing, if you never get the chance to expand your skills, Like, if you die before you get to start practicing building, you never get to practice building.
Yeah.
If you die before you get to practice shooting a certain gun, you're never going to learn that gun. Whereas, like, something like Monster Hunter, if you die while trying to learn a new weapon, you still have the same skills.
Yeah.
You still have the same tool set every time you go face the
But
monster.
to be fair, also, Fortnite wasn't actually designed as a battle royale game. It actually was
wasn't.
a horde game that people played, and then once they went through and had PUBG came out, they're like, hey, we could do that. And then they did it better.
Oh, 100% agree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about that on a different podcast.
Oh, of course.
Are we good with E3?
I think
good.
so. I'm looking forward to it.
I think we're probably going to have another conversation like a week out, because it's still like a month away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I fear maybe we'll have a conversation before and after. Like, we'll write down our expectations, what we hope, and everything, and then afterwards, did it meet? Did we, whatever? We'll figure it out. Okay. But before we move on, let's hear from our sponsor.
Thanks, guys. Our partner for this week's podcast is Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is an online digital store that sells some of the most popular games from the most popular game developers. But that's not all. They also offer bundle deals that change weekly and monthly that allow you to pay a designated amount for a collection of games or ebooks that can often save you hundreds of dollars. Humble Bundle then donates portions of its proceeds to a featured charity. In addition to this awesome business model, they have also partnered with us so we get a small portion of any purchase or donation through their website. All you need to do is go to our website, scroll to the bottom of the page, and click the Humble Bundle partner logo and shop for any games of your heart's desire. Thanks, Humble Bundle. Back to you guys.
On to our gaming news. We have Okami HD being released on Switch.
Yes.
I was say, are you going to buy it?
Well, I say yes, like that. Maybe. There's a lot of other things I kind of want to buy. Like, in 4 days, I have 4 different games coming out, honestly. I have Mega Man...
Carry on.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, I just sneezed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, what?
I heard this. It sounds like someone's, like, tactically breaching your foundation.
Sorry, I just took somebody out that was coming through my window.
Dang it, Siege. I have Mega Man 1 and 2 Legacy Collection, Mega Man X 1 and 2 Legacy Collection.
Nice.
At the end of the month, I have Dark Souls, 2 copies of it, for PlayStation Switch.
Nice.
By the end of the month, I have Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, and then I just recently got Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition Collection, and I'm probably going to get Octopath Travelers.
Nice. That game looks dope.
Yeah, it does. And probably Blaze Blue, because they're going to have characters from Ruby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so, there's just a lot of games that are coming out, and, like, if I were to buy every one of these titles, I will double my Switch game collection in a month.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I probably won't be buying it for roughly the same reasons. Like,
now, that being said, I will buy it as soon as it goes down in price and becomes like I can buy it used.
yeah.
Sam, what are your thoughts on buying a Switch to buy this game?
I was watching the gameplay. It looks beautiful as far as...
Oh, it's a beautiful game.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm almost afraid of bringing it into the modern and actually playing it, because I remember, like, reading the articles growing up, because it was on, what, PlayStation 2?
Yep.
Or it was on GameCube?
PlayStation 2.
PS2. Never having it on PS2, but just, like, reading the articles and like watching the GIFs that were on, like, Newgrounds. And so I'm kind of afraid of taking that, like,
Magic.
mystery and, like, legacy of it and bringing it in and be like, wow, it kind of controls like a tank.
Yeah, I can understand that. Let's move on to anime and TV news as we're getting ready to wrap down. Zombieland 2, aiming for an October 2019 release with the original cast.
Yes.
I'm both excited for this and super nervous about it.
Yes, I was about to say the same exact thing. Now, I believe that Zombieland is one of the best zombie movies made of all time, just because of the
you're
huge
forgetting
epics in there.
Resident Evil? Check yourself?
Okay, I will literally hunt you down, man, right now.
I broke you right there.
Oh, random story, by the way. When I was a kid, I watched, like, the original Resident Evil movie that was released.
Yeah.
And, like, that was, like, the first R-rated movie I ever saw. And I saw the laser scene with the hallway. literally couldn't walk down hallways without getting scared for like almost 2 weeks after the watching that scene.
So, I have a question. Like, we're all adults here. And I've watched several movies since then. What's the deal with Mila Jovovich's career?
She makes movies based upon what her husband wants to make, and
That-
she enjoys showing up naked in movies.
Yeah, so she always wakes up naked in movies. Why is that?
I think it's somewhere in her contract clause, but I mean,
Like, it kind of bothers me on a level, because, like, Fifth Element, one of my favorite movies, she wakes up, like, in that one, it literally makes sense. She wakes up naked, of course. She was just, like, reborn, obviously.
yeah,
Like, why every Resident Evil movie? Like, there's no need for that. Like, really, come on.
yeah.
But I think that they
I don't
did
know.
such a good job with Zombieland mixing like serious scenes with completely unserious scenes at the
Oh,
same
yeah,
time. It's just like,
absolutely.
oh man, like
I think, honestly, Woody Harrelson carried the movie.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, man.
I really want to see it have, like, self-referential humor, and on a level, I really want Eisenberg to just, like, you expect me to come up with a plan? What am I, Lex frickin' Luthor?
My
And just, like, I want them to, like, kind of break those things, but, like, that is legit something his character would say.
my favorite thing in the world would be if all of a sudden Bill Murray's zombie shows up out of nowhere in this entire
Like,
film.
like, they
Yep.
just kept him around.
Yeah.
It's
in the
Bill
back of the
Murray, we
car.
can't kill Bill
in the
Murray,
back of the
guys.
car.
There you go. I like it. I'm excited for it. Also, super nervous about it.
Oh yeah.
But
The only wait, what did the little girl who, like, what was it? Not Tallahassee. It was Little Rock.
yeah,
What did she ever go on and do anything else?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up after this.
Cool.
So, anything else?
I think that's it.
All
I think
right.
I'm good.
I'll see you on the next podcast, gentlemen.
See you guys later.
Thanks, guys. And thank you to all of our listeners out there, because we really couldn't do it without you. We hope you enjoyed this week's Gaming and Chill podcast. If you'd like to know more about the podcast, follow us on social media, or learn how to support the podcast directly, check us out at www.gamingandchillpodcast.com. Also, be sure to stay up to date with Gaming and Chill by following us on Twitter at gaming_in_chill. Yes, that is gaming_in as in Nancy _chill. You can also find links to the articles, games, and videos mentioned in this podcast in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.